What's up, everybody? Eric here with another EWE Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about the newest episode of South Park, the Worldwide Privacy Tour. This is Season 26, Episode 2. Before we get into more information about the episode, please like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below what you guys thought about this episode or any other episode. And yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys. Really want to know what you guys are thinking, because trying to see if you guys like this format of me giving spoilers or not, see if that's working for people. If not, they want me still doing spoiler free only. Just want to make sure people are liking what I'm doing. All right, so this episode, this review will have spoilers, but as usual, I'll give you guys a warning before I get into the spoiler section. There'll be timestamps of when that starts, so if you guys don't want to see any spoilers, don't worry, you won't have to. You can just see my thoughts that are just spoiler free at the beginning. So yeah, I'll let you guys know when we're switching over. And yeah, let's go from here. So this episode came out on February 15, 2023. I'm actually recording this not long after watching, so it's pretty late at night right now. Regular information, so this show is created by Matt Stone and Trey Parker, and they also do a lot of the voices. I don't usually check individual ones for this show, just because I know majority are Matt and Trey. Runtime of 22 minutes. So basic plot of this episode, and usually just give like a 15-second teaser now per week. So I'm just going to talk about what the basic plot is based on those 15 seconds and what I could get out of those 15 seconds. So Kyle is annoyed about some new neighbors saying that they won't shut up and that they're really annoying him. And it turns out that they are the Prince and Princess of Canada. Now, obviously not Prince and Princess, the Prince and his wife of Canada, the Prince of Canada and his wife. It's an obvious, homage to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. So yeah, that's what this episode's about. It's just going to be talking about them and... Sorry about that. Luke's making some noise. About the Prince and Prince and his wife, and how like they really annoy him. And like it says privacy tour, you know how Meghan Markle and Prince Harry like, oh yeah, we want our privacy and all that. So it's going to be about that. I'll talk more about it in the spoiler section, guys, so don't worry. My basic thoughts on this episode, though, is I think a lot of this has to do with me. I really couldn't care less about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. I think a lot of that stuff's kind of annoying at this point. And I was just like, oh, we really have to hear about this again. So I think that's already me coming in with the bias. So not everyone probably is going to agree with my score or what I talk about right now. That's a topic that I'm just like, I don't really need to hear about this. I was fine with us not hearing about them anymore. So yeah, they go into this, and that's my other thoughts are like, they keep making them so annoying in the episode, but it's also like, I was annoyed about them in real life, so that really doesn't change. Other things is, I did think the episode at the end, so I didn't think a majority of this episode's funny, but the end message I actually thought was pretty great. I actually enjoyed what they ended with at the end, and I'll talk about more of that in the spoiler section. But yeah, I mean, we all know South Park. There's going to be good episodes, there's going to be bad episodes, there's going to be okay episodes. To me, this is like, right now that I said a score, you guys will see, but it's more in the middle range. It's not really a high or low. So let's just move on to my score. I'm giving this a 6 out of 10 for okay. This probably isn't one I'm going to rewatch or anything like that. Like I said, I don't care about the Prince and Princess. And yeah, there was like, oh, we're making about the Canada stuff, but it's like, you know who it's about. All right. So that being said, would I also recommend this episode? Again, my own personal bias, no, I wouldn't. I was like, kind of over the Prince and Princess stuff. It's just like, it's whatever. So yeah, I would say if you're someone that actually wants to see stuff about that, cool. It might be work out for you. It's just me. I'm already tired about the monarchy in the first place. A royal family is to be pampered with and everything, but they don't really contribute anything to the country. So I'm like, I'm over them, in my opinion. It's like, we should just abolish. Well, I mean, it's not my country, but I mean, like, I feel like the UK should just abolish that already at this point. It's kind of annoying. All right. So yeah, that's just my thoughts, guys. Spoiler free. So let me now get into the spoilers. So let me give you guys your warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, we're now into the spoiler section of the episode. So let's just actually talk about this episode with spoilers. So I'll go through the plot of what happens. Some parts I might just ease through. Like if you guys want to watch it, you can watch the episode. This is just me giving you a basic plot of the episode, and I mean not basic, but I'm like going through it, but in a quick way. So episode starts with Ike still crying about the Queen of Canada's death. Honestly, it's supposed to be like the Queen that just died, but they just make it for Canada because that's just what South Park does. And he keeps watching her death apparently over and over again, even like 4 months later. And Kyle is annoyed because he wants to play Darktide with his friends, but he can't because Ike is hogging the computer, and he just wants Ike to get off it. But no, Ike's just on it crying. And what ends up happening is the next day, Kyle goes to school, and he thinks because he didn't play games, he thought that ruined the gaming night for his friends that they didn't play. But then he comes to find out they still played without him. And you can kind of tell he gets a little hurt about this. But at the same time, it's like, Kyle, you didn't ruin your friend's night. It's like, yeah, yours might have sucked, but at least they're not having a bad time. Like, I think he's putting too much pressure on himself. Like, oh, I need to be there. It's like, I didn't think you really need to. That's me just putting an idea right there. All right, so going back to that, then Butter shows up. It's like, Kyle, you seem very mad about stuff. What you need to do is fix your brand. And, you know, it's kind of like some of the stuff Butter sometimes does where, like, he gets in these weird, like, he's trying to be, like, bigger about things. And it's on brand for Butters, in my opinion. So he then takes Kyle to this place for brand management called Come Hammer Brand Management to try and help him out. All right, and before they actually do give him, like, what brands are going, we actually go to Good Morning Canada, where the prince and his wife are there, and they even show up and like, we want our privacy, but at the same time, they won't shut up about the royal family. Even though they're out of the royal family, they won't shut up about it. And at this point, this is for me in the episode, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be this, where it's like, yeah, in real life, like, this is where I get annoyed, where Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, like, they won't shut up about the monarchy, but yet they want to be out. It's like, no, you guys still want attention. And it's like, it's just showing how annoying this whole thing is. So they decided to do is like, they want their privacy and they want to be left alone, and they end up moving to South Park. So from here we go back to where Kyle's at, and they gave him like one of the new brands to try out. He tries it out, but like right away, like things don't go well, because then the prince and his wife move across the street from him, and they are just annoying as hell. And he just hates them, and then he won't stop complaining about them to his friends. And they're just like, Kyle, can you just shut up about this? Like, we don't care about this. And Kyle's like, I don't care about it either. But it's like, but you won't shut up about it, so you clearly do care about it. And yeah, that was the one thing that I kept like seeing from this episode. Like, you say you don't care, but you won't shut up about something, so clearly you care. And as someone that has friends that are like this as well, I was like, oh man, I know these exact feelings. Like, they keep saying they don't care about something, but they won't shut up about it. It's like, you're just ruining things for other people. It's like, just let people like enjoy it. If you don't like it, just like ignore it. But Kyle doesn't want to do that. They eventually do find a brand that works for Kyle. And once that brand kind of works for him, he wants to go thank Butters, but then finds out that Butters is getting his ass whooped by Bebe. And he goes out there, and like Butters, like, only Bebe's kicking his ass because Butters said something that she didn't like, and like it's on brand for this version of Butters. And what Kyle ends up doing is going back to the brand management place, and you actually find out here that the prince and his, I don't want to use their names, the prince and his wife are also using that brand management as well. Kyle comes in with Butters, and he starts realizing, like, wait, are we all just getting screwed over by this brand stuff? Like, this stuff is just really messing us up. Like, we should just be ourselves. And that's kind of like the message of this episode. Like, yes, be yourself. Stop trying to do stuff like branding and stuff like that. Just be yourself. And I thought that was a good way of going with this episode. So going after that, once everyone leaves this brand management place, which I thought was great, Kyle then goes back home, and at first he seems like he wants to like get mad at Ike for again still crying about the queen, but he's like, Ike's just being himself. Like, this is something that hurts him, and it's like, it's just who he is. It's like, let him be who he is. And I thought that was a great message right there. And then Kyle's friends actually show up, and they're like, hey, do you want to go outside and play or something like that? They're like, I think you need to do something outside, because it seemed like the not being able to get online and play with them seemed to be affecting Kyle. And they're like, hey, like, let's just go be there for our friend. Let's just go play a game or something like that. And they all go end up playing basketball. And then Prince Harry shows up and he wants to play as well, but he wants to play his drums and be around them. But it doesn't seem like he's doing it for attention now. It just feels like he's just playing just to have fun. And I just like that message at the end of like, hey, like, let's stop get all this stuff out of our head, our branding and all that, and let's just have fun, be with our friends. And yeah, I thought that was a great message at the end. My only issue right there is like it took us like kind of an annoying 20 minutes just to get 2 good minutes at the end, if that makes sense. I was like, but again, like I said, my own bias, I don't like all of the royal family stuff. I'm kind of over it. So that's where I land on this episode, guys. Yeah, so let me know your thoughts on this episode. Please comment down below about that. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, next video, I think it's going to be Ant-Man and the Wasp, the new one. Video should be out Friday morning. I'm going to watch the movie Thursday night and then do a review after I watch it. Should be out. All right, guys. Thanks for watching and talk to you soon.